Tucson. Hello and welcome to the third episode of THT TV. It's Tucson helping Tucson. I can't wait. I'm Frank, your BFF, your best Frank forever. That's right. The third episode. Here we go. This week, our show includes a lot. I'm like tongue-tied. I'm really excited. But that's because usually I just make this stuff up off the top of my head. But this week, we're kind of prepared. We wrote a bunch of stuff down. So make sure you check out the comment section. We're going to keep you up to date on what's going on. But if it's your first time here, here's the deal. We're here to come together as a community to have some fun, get artists paid, and give them a captive audience once again, and to raise money for a revolving loan and grant fund for small businesses administered by our nonprofit partner, the Community Investment Corp. CIC, that's right. So here's how this works. All right, I'm not really dressed for this. Hang on a second. Hang on. Here's how this works. Okay. So your local dollars is what you're going to do. They're going to go directly to support local small businesses and small business loans of up to $10,000 with 0% interest and no payments for up to 6 months. I feel like Scott Lehman. Woohoo! And even then, payments will be based on business revenues. All the money that is paid back on these loans will be returned to the fund and support future emergency relief and be a long-lasting resource for small businesses as we continue to pay it forward, pay it back, and pay it forward. That's what we're trying to get done here. So that's the great news. And here's some more great news is that we've got $2,500 awarded through Local First Arizona this week. So let's be proactive and be interactive and get some stuff done in the comments section. Thank you very much to Local First Arizona. We're going to be talking with Mr. Mike Peel in just a little bit, one of the very, very many people that we're going to be talking to today. We've got also a ton of music videos today. I'm super pumped. So right now, there's 3 things that you can do during the stream. We need a big call to action, and one of these big calls to action is you got to hit that share button. That's right. Get that share button sharing, because you know what? You're going to want to share this. There's lots of stuff happening around here, and all these shares are really worth more than you think. You see, likes are great. We're swimming in likes. It's the truth. But the thing that makes a difference here in the algorithms of social media is hitting the share button. You see, likes are great and plentiful. Shares, though, they mean the most. You can see right there. See that little share? That little share does a lot. It means more than all those likes that we've got. So make sure you hit the share button. It's very, very important. Make sure you participate. I mean, who wouldn't want to share this, right? It's the best thing going today. It's THT TV. I love it the most. So all do those comment sections. That's super exciting. React to what's happening. If you have questions or comments, ask them, and we might be able to make them right onto the air live. We've got a buddy working there, and that's what we want to do. We want a lot more interactivity. It's super fun because we want a shared experience with the community. Next, the best thing that you can do, obviously, is donate. You want to donate because we're trying to do a lot to keep Tucson together. Hashtag Tucson together. That's what we're looking for. So donate using the text and code at the bottom of the screen or by visiting TucsonHelpingTucson.com. I know most of you get those big stimulus checks, right? I'm still waiting for mine, but most of you gotten those big stimulus checks this weekend. While some of you really need some of that money, some of you it was just gravy, little cherry on top, right? So if you still, I don't know, got a job and you're essential, maybe give, I don't know, I dare you, 10%, maybe 20%, but 10%, that'd be a $120 donation. Wow. 20%, that would be double it. But that's the point. It really makes a difference. But if you don't have $1 to spare, then you certainly have a share. So please do that. Share these links on your business pages, on your friends' pages. Send a DM. Go wake up grandma. That's what we want to do today because we're trying to get the word out to keep this community afloat. And we're having a good time. So sharing the stream really helps. The money and the eyeballs that the audience that you give us is going to get the attention of bigger sponsors in the community that are really going to increase our fundraising potential. We have a lot of great sponsors that are helping already. We're going to hear from some of those in just a moment. All right, we've got an amazing group. And one of the big ones, my favorite, it's the old V-Dubs, Vantage West, the Vantage West Credit Union, my old friends. They're matching the first $500. They've done it the past couple of weeks, matching donations. So really your dollar goes double today. It's super important. So during the broadcast, make sure you do that. And I have a suspicion that we can really bring in some big numbers tonight, and we'll be able to grow beyond that. Before we get on with the show, let me make sure that we're trying to get you aware of this big thing we're trying to get big celebrities to pay attention. So a couple weeks ago, we did, I believe it was at Diane_Keaton, yes. Then I believe we went after Mr. Rob Gronkowski, that's right, future UA Football Hall of Famer. I'm sure Rob Gronkowski's heard all about it. WrestleMania's wrapped up. He's still the 24/7 champ, who knows? But he's got to get hyped. Go hit up Rob Gronkowski. Go hit up Diane Keaton. But there's someone a little closer to home that we want you to hit up. This week, we're keeping it local. We want you to hit up one Mayor Regina Romero. That's right, at Tucson Romero. That's where you want, at Tucson Romero. Go to that Twitter machine. That's where you want to do that. Twitter's got everything that you need, and I'll even get you a little excited to do that, right? Get those tweets going. We got those tweets happening. It's time to tweet out at the mayor. Get her going at TucsonRomero.com. Tweet her, Facebook her. Tell her to reach out and to get on the show. That would be one. Don't forget to get her hashtags going. We are one. Spell it out. We are one, the number one. And then somos uno. Somos uno. All right. So make sure you do that. That's SOMOSUNO, like the famous card game. So let's turn it back around to me. And I need a breath. If there's one thing that we want to do is educate you. We want to educate you a little bit. We gave you a little bit of that stuff back there with the math, but now we got to make sure that you're staying healthy. So we've also got to make sure that you know you're doing a good job with it. We want to make sure you're doing a great job. So now here with a special public service announcement, it's David Ross. Let's wash them hands.
Everyone, hey, it's David Ross with a tip for this. Wash your hands. I'm going to teach you how to do it the proper way. Everyone thinks, oh, I know how to wash my hands. Yeah, you don't. Trust me, you don't. Okay, so first of all, get them hands out, all right? Get them out. Shake them a little bit. Try and just shake those germs off. You're going to want to rinse your hands. Do a good rinse. Get them all wet. Get them all wet. Get them all wet. All wet. All wet. Keep the water on. Turn the water off. But I think that you're supposed to leave it on so you don't touch the thing again with your hands. But so get your hands wet, even come down, get your elbows. We're all doing the elbow thing now, you know? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? We're not high-fiving or doing anything. We're all banging elbows. So you want to get some soap. Woo! Get a lot. Get a good lather. Get a lot of soap. And then you just start swooshing your hands together. You swoosh it like this. And then you do this. You got to interlace on the back. The side, clean your fingertips. You do one of these. This is how you clean your fingertips. And then you want to just want to get them elbows, okay? You want to get them elbows clean. Get them elbows clean right there. So let's just take it all the way up, you know? Let's just do the whole arm. Why not? This is a good practice to do. Your local grocery store, work, in the office. You can never be too sure. Get them germs off, you know? Keep it clean. Get them elbows again. Hit them again. Hit it. Another one on the elbow. Get that forearm. Come back down to the hands. Now you want to rinse. Rinse and rinse and rinse. See how much better you're feeling now? Well, it burns, but the burn is good because you know you're doing it right. You want the burn. You want the burn. You want the burn. 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 Get all them germs off. Get the germs off of you. No more germs. See? Doesn't that feel better? Now you're clean. No more germs. Thank you very much. Do a great job.
All right, everyone, the song's called Falling Over. You remember that old country town? Radio up, the only station we found. Standing on the side of the road, watching for headlights. Falling over again, tripping on memory, on the faded sound home, at least for the night. Falling over again, dripping on memory, on the faded sound. Falling over again, and it feels so right. Stare at that glass as it bleeds itself dry. Bunny comfort disappears, blink of an eye. One last dollar on the bar, back to the light. Oh, falling over again, tripping on memory, on the fade-up sound. Falling over again, and it feels so right. Here we go. Friends you need are the friends who succeed. But a life on easy don't prize being free. Share them nights, boys. Let the drinks flow. Falling over again, leaving on memory, on the faded sound. Falling over again, and it feels so right.
Woo! That's the stuff right there. That's what we got. Lots of local music, lots of local love, lots of fun here on THT TV. That was the Whiskey Treats. That's right, Whiskey Treats right here. And we're going to be hanging out with them in just a moment. We're joined live with, I believe, who am I talking to? Is this Travis? Travis, are you there? He's almost there, I'm sure of it.
Way too much Netflix going on in the neighborhood.
Well, that's what happens. It happens a lot, I'm sure of it. Everybody's streaming. This is the thing they got to watch that. We all know it, right?
That's what happens when you live in the middle of nowhere.
Believe me, you're doing much better than most of us living in the middle of nowhere. It's the safest place to be right now, I think. Well, let me just start off. That was an incredible performance. How did you all pull off playing in sync like that?
Okay, well, we had to basically do it like we would do it with a live performance. So one person would kick it off. And in this case, what we just did is video. Well, we hooked up a video camera and a good audio recording at the same time, and then gave the video to the next person, and they added their part. They gave the video to the next person, they added their part. So everybody had to come up with their own video camera and audio setup. So we got lucky. Everybody had the ability to do it. And then Travis got the joy of lining all the audio up for us after all that.
Well, that's pretty incredible. That's who's that over there? I got Brett. Is that Brett?
Yeah, that's me.
Brett, how's it going? I appreciate that. I got Travis Owens. I got Brett Dooley talking about how they pulled that off, keeping everything in sync. That was amazing. Let me tell you, right? Teamwork makes the dream work, doesn't it?
There you go.
Heck yeah. So, were you guys doing live streams and like video recordings before COVID, or is that just something you had to learn kind of quickly on the fly, just like most of us?
Quickly and on the fly, but we did do some videos. We did a Tiny Desk submission for NPR. What Travis, was that like 2 years ago maybe?
Yeah, actually, I think it's been a year ago this week.
So we've done video, but not live stream stuff. So live streaming is new to all of us in some ways.
Yeah.
How you finding the live streaming? I think it's It's harsh waters sometimes.
It was a lot of fun, but there's no way to do that with the whole band because of all the latency and everything. I can't imagine what kind of train wreck that would sound like. So that's
it's
one
like
of the reasons.
stand-up comedy with the plexiglass shield.
So that's one of the reasons we jumped on this opportunity to make that video, is because it actually let the whole band be involved again, and that's been a bummer.
Heck yeah. I see a lot of people are wearing those dinosaur costumes that we can all just wear together, and maybe that'll keep us safe.
Would you all
Might be
fit in
worth
one, like one all in one costume?
No, you all dress as dinosaurs.
The Hydrasaur.
Yes, exactly. So tell us about, before we all got locked away, tell us about the type of gigs you used to play and how quarantines have really impacted you since.
Oh man, we play dive bars, breweries, drinking establishments of all types. That's kind of our trade.
Yeah, if
we
there's
wanna
drunk people, we'll play, pretty much.
Heck yeah. I love a good dive bar. It's my favorite. I like going to the buffet personally. I don't know if there's room for music in there.
I'm not sure we'd be the right fit.
I don't think anyone's the right fit.
We tend to
there,
get a
but it's
little
all right.
rowdy.
It's all right. Doesn't matter. As long as it's your birthday, everything's the best. So that said, let me ask you, I know you've been doing some of these live streams on your own. Where can people go watch these live streams when you're not sharing them on a fun community variety show?
Yeah, so everything's based around Facebook Live, just like you guys are right here. So you just need to go to our page instead of the one you're on now. So we do every other Tuesday at 5:30 as a happy hour that we're doing. So you just go to @WhiskeyTreats on anything, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, the Venmo, the PayPal, that works too. Everything's @WhiskeyTreats, and there is information on how to get to everything from there. We have a regular website as well, whiskeytreats.com.
Heck yeah. Joel, put that in the comments section. Get it done. I got a guy dropping those links. Don't you worry about it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Look forward to seeing some people around next show.
Heck yeah. I appreciate it. I look forward to hanging out with you guys sometime in the future. Maybe we get the Big Benefit Show. Maybe we have you back. Maybe we just get together to have a big hug because, man, I could use it.
Oh, hugs are great. Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
All right. Well, thanks, you guys. I really appreciate it. We'll see you soon, hopefully. Go check them all out. Every single Tuesday, you heard them, happy hour with Whiskey Treats. It's Travis, it's Brett, it's a whole bunch of guys. Go make some friends. Heck yeah, fellas. Awesome.
Thanks.
So here's how that worked. Whiskey Treats, they submitted their content to us, right? So they submitted their content to us over on the old, I believe it was Brink, over at brink.com. So Whiskey Treats submitted their content through THT at brink.com. So send something over there. You're an artist, submit your content. We're going to pay you $50. Not too bad. And if it makes it, that's if it makes it on the show. We're not just throwing money away. Plus, it's going to be entered to win a weekly $100 for the People's Choice, sponsored by Tucson Trolley Tours. Isn't that amazing? Tom Heath, gotta love him. And there's even bigger prizes down the line. So really get involved, give us content so that we're not all making it ourselves, and get us going and keep the show going. It's really been fun to watch everybody get really creative. Because this week we had like 4 formidable entries for the People's Choice. And there was a clear winner based on shares and engagements. And that was Sophia Rankin. Oh, and her brother Connor. They joined us a week or so ago for some lovely music. I believe 2 of them. Congrats to you 2. In addition to the $50 that your submission earned you, we're going to throw you another $100 from Tucson Trolley Tours. That's the spirit. I love it. So while Sophia Rankin and Whiskey Treats are keeping Tucson jamming, this group is doing the same thing this week. It's Keep Tucson Sketchy, and they're keeping Tucson laughing. They've been joining us every single week. This week's no different. They've got a little tune for us that's a little familiar with what we're all dealing with. Let's watch.
Here's a story of the Tucson Sketchy, who hoped their show would go off without a hitch. They all knew their walking, and they were all booked. Tell everyone but Rich. It's the story of a local sketch team who were just a week from their new episode at the screening room in downtown Tucson. But it would all implode. Then the CDC set out pandemic guidelines, and they were put in place by Mayor Romero. The sketchy group was not allowed to gather, so the live show had to be postponed. The sketchy bunch, the sketchy bunch, COVID-19 can go get itself.
Wait, I think I got it, guys. Can you hear me? I think I've got it.
Wake up, overslept, 4 p.m., still in bed. Look at my phone for a quick sec. Uh-oh, I got a million missed texts. I'll leave them all in red. I look dead. Hey, my beard's coming in like a bedspread. If that bedspread had a thread count of 2 threads. Stand up, feeling weak. Uh-oh, when's the last time I had to eat? I'm looking really bony. I'm skinny and white, you could call me macaroni. Hey, pizza sounds good. Some cheese, veggies, and pepperoni. And if you know me, I phone me, my homies down at Grandma Tony's. Look 'em up, website, but I'm feeling hungrier than most nights. My tummy growls like a mean guy. I want chicken strips and some french fries. A fryer, I need a foodie supplier. I love the 50s old timer, so I'm gonna get Little Anthony's Diner. Broadway cold, venue, order off, menu. Food Nirvana, Hindu, recommend, can do. Then I thought, would I last spot potato tots? The wings are hot, complain could not. A shake I got, Little Anthony's milkshake, bring all the boys to the light. Call 'em up, what's up? I need a pizza with that thin crust. I need some wings, that's a win plus. I need a shake with that whip stuff. He's like, is that enough? I'm like, yeah bro, that too much? Nah, we're pros, so clutch. We can deliver, no touch. Thanks man, but no way. Takeout, hey, that sounds great. Haven't been out my house in 6 days. Hopped in my car and was on my way. Pulled up, everybody was so nice. Everything looked clean, so sanitized. Then I paid the price with my card swipe. Took a wipe for the right thing, so much guys. Got home, ate it, sat back and contemplated. I wonder if this business makes it. I wonder what the restaurant fate is. Imagine if we all get out, the quarantine is done and we leave our house, but all the restaurants are now shut down, so there's nothing to do now in this town. Whoa! Hold up, we'll survive. We can all help restaurants stay alive. Just order takeout once a week, but always buy it locally. Cause when this pandemic is finished and businesses can open up their admission, the mission I'm pitching is in our condition to buy local business while socially distanced.
Alright guys, it's pretty easy. Just buy takeout from one local business once a week, and that way when this quarantine is over, there's still places to go. Because everybody's always like, yo, there's nothing to do in Tucson, but imagine if there's actually nothing to do in Tucson. Like, that'd be horrible. Also, buy Little Anthony's Diner and Grandma Tony's Pizza. This isn't an advertisement, by the way. It's just a coincidence that I used to work there.
Hey, random?
Yeah.
The music stopped, the coloring, it's all done.
Oh, the music's over? Oh, we're done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Ryan from Tucson, Arizona, and I know that we're all struggling right now, which is why I want to offer 80% off my videos for local food businesses. Now, this could be a commercial for you that explains that you still have takeout, you still have delivery. Tell your customers that you miss them, you care about them, and you're still open. Now, this deal pertains really to any business if you're open, but I'm really trying to make it about the food industry for this deal. So please shoot me an email below and let's make videos that help bring our communities together. Thanks guys.
Whoa, again, are you kidding? This show's the best. That was amazing. Keep Tucson sketchy. Comedy gold. Little Anthony's rap, did you all see that? I only discovered Little Anthony's a little while ago. That was so impressive. Thank you to them. Well done. And Ryan Reichel, thanks so much for the help. That's fantastic. It's the point of the show now that you see all this talent happen. You want no one to miss it, right? So we got to get those shares going, right? You see it. Share this. That's right. So make sure you do that. Go hit that share button. We got to break those algorithms. So please, please, please go share it now. Share it on your Facebook pages. Share it in your groups. Share it on Instagram. Share it on Twitter. Share it on clubs. Share it and just send smoke. So what do you get? We got to get those numbers up so no one misses all this sweet, sweet comedy gold. So that said, I've got another shout out because we've got some sweet merch going on. There's tons of merch that we're getting some stuff going, and we want to tell you all about it. So let me just change my tone. First, Why I Love Where I Live has made some lovely Tucson Together shirts that are on sale on their website. Why I Love whereilive.com. And Stay Home Tucson. It's a pop-up shop on Facebook, also raising money for the THT Fund. Check them out at facebook.com/stayhometucson/shop. Good advice. What a handsome devil, my word. Huh. So what? Just taken aback. That's how good you'll look. Excellent. So our friend Joel is going to post these links right in the comments. Joel, get on it. He's going to post them links right in the comments section. And all of you in the comment section, the person who posts my favorite comment will get a special Tucson Helping Tucson hat tonight. We're going to show you a little bit of that coming up in a little bit. I'm super excited, but that's right. The person who posts my favorite comment will get a special Tucson Helping Tucson hat. Joel's going to help me pick out my favorite comment. Right, Joel? You are. So speaking of local shops, I don't know if you've ever heard of this. You ever heard of Creative Kind? Because I'm only just getting to know them, and it's been really cool. And I'm going to get to know them right now, right along with you. See, Creative Kind, they're going to be doing some fun stuff, getting some things going online. But right now, we've got local entrepreneur Teresa Delaney joining us to talk all about how the Community Investment Corporation is helping her. So, Teresa, are you there? Teresa.
We're here.
Well, Teresa, it's good to see you. It's good to see you both. Who are you sitting there with? Because I've only got one name on my list.
My business partner, Hillary Ross.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Great.
All things considered, I imagine. So tell us a little bit about Creative Kind.
Yeah, absolutely. So Creative Kind is a hybrid retail and event space at La Encantada. We've been in Tucson for about 4 years hosting creative workshops, and then last fall opened a retail store at La Encantada where we sell local goods like art, gifts, and candles, and paper goods, and all kinds of good things. And we host our DIY workshops at that space as well.
That's fantastic. That's really fun. I love stuff like that, right? We get to get together. I was looking at your website quite a bit, and it was like, wow, there's a lot of stuff going on. You recently launched a crowdfunding campaign through Kiva in partnership with CIC. So I've seen Kiva in some of my emails as I'm trying to hang out with all the adults. Can you explain, how does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So Kiva is actually a platform very similar to Kickstarter, which I think a lot of us are familiar with. But it doesn't function as a donation-based crowdfunding campaign. It's a loan-based crowdfunding campaign. So anyone who donates will get their money back. And you essentially go through an initial immediate private community-based fundraising stage. So we got to put it out to our friends and family. We had to get 30 people to donate $25 or more. And then as soon as we hit our 30-person benchmark for our amount of funding, we got to move into public. So we got to go onto the main Kiva platform and fundraise from the lenders that are active on their main public platform.
And we hit our goal in like
2 days.
2 or 3 days, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, holy, well, that's great. It's good with some good news is happening, right? You need some of this good news.
Yeah, definitely a big relief for us.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So how are you using all the money as far as things are concerned going forward?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we initiated the process of trying to set up this Kiva campaign earlier this year, a couple months ago. And we were working with Community Investment Corporation, and they've been a huge help for us and a major partner in helping us set up the campaign, but also fulfill it so quickly. And we've been working with them for a few months on financially planning to find the financing to open a second location here in Arizona.
Yeah.
Of course, in March, our financial priorities changed a little bit with everything that's going on. So thankfully, we did have this process already initiated, and we're able to now use the Kiva funds, which were dropped in our PayPal account within a couple days of finishing the campaign.
Crazy.
To cover our lost revenue from all of the COVID impact. A lot of our revenue comes from foot traffic, being at a mall like La Encantada.
And the
Apple Store.
like
we're an experiential based retail company. So not being able to do in-person events and not having the foot traffic is a huge hit to our revenue. So essentially having the funds from Kiva is helping us cover our operational costs to stay open, or reopen our brick and mortar once everything settles down. But it's helping us maintain a living and run payroll and pay our rent and order inventory and do all of those things that come with running a business that don't stop because there's a pandemic. So yeah,
Heck yeah.
huge help adjustment.
That's super impressive. I'll tell you what, it sounds like you guys know what you're doing. I have a business, but I'm just doing my best. Any advice for struggling entrepreneurs out there?
Yeah, I think it really just comes down to the fact that no one really knows how to operate in a pandemic. We're all figuring it out together at the same time, the same pace. And for us, a big part of it is maintaining the mentality of how do we focus on implementing actions and changes that are going to help us come out of this better than
Stronger.
So how do we make decisions now and focus on making improvements now that are going to be just as important as implementable once we're back to our normal retail traffic. So we're working on our website, we're working on our e-commerce, we're working on engaging people in communities that are outside of our immediate Tucson neighborhoods, like we normally do with a brick and mortar. And
we're able to we've been able to reach different, communities and areas that we wouldn't have been able to before. And so it's been eye-opening, and I think it's really pushed us to kind of step up our game with our e-commerce and our website and whatnot. So, just making it work.
We're just
making it work and working. Keep on making it work. Keep on leveling up, right? Stepping up is what we all got to do. Adapting. Super smart. Way to go. I really appreciate talking to you. That's awesome. I can't wait to actually walk in the shop, and I love getting together and doing art. So I love doing art classes and things. So maybe I get to come hang out when we're all free. Free.
Please do. Please do.
Heck yeah. Thank you to Creative Kind with lovely, lovely ladies. Amazing, amazing. So it's good that we've got all this good news going on and meeting good people. Don't forget, it's important to realize that there's some bad people out there trying to scam us all. So look out. Luckily, private investigator Salvatore Crenshaw is on the case. These are his stories. And after that, we've got some more music videos. It's Eggs Quarantine. Stick around.
This whole city's sheltered in place. Not me. As long as this husband's stepping out, wives letting the milkman in, I'll be in business. I'm a private eye. Name's Salvatore Crenshaw. Friends call me Sal. You can call me whatever you like. Don't make no difference to me. My office may be closed. My Zoom chat's always open. Last night, thought I was dreaming when I saw who requested to join. Mona La Paloma, heiress to the La Paloma fortune. Tells me she's married to this regular blue-collar type. Big muscles, even bigger mouth. He's been telling her he's an essential worker, leaving at all kinds of odd hours of the night. The only problem is she don't believe him. Thinks he's double-timing her. Asks me to follow him some night, see what he's up to. I tell her it's no use trying to turn an alley cat into a domestic. She says he's the only man she's ever loved. It's hard to argue that. It's even harder to say no to those eyes. Next thing I know, strapping on my N95, driving down Grant toward the east side. This beau of hers, he says he's been working as a delivery driver in the Dinosaur McDonald's area. I stake out in my 95 Miata, play some NPR. Sure enough, he makes an appearance. Turns out it's the truth. He's running nuggets for McDonald's. I just had to tail him a little longer just to make sure everything's copacetic. All night, everything's above board. Stop after stop, he's slinging burgers, he's making tips. Then it's still around 2 a.m. The fella heads up to the foothills, to this mansion who's got no business with a McFlurry. So I decide to follow him on foot. So I go up the drive till I can get a peek inside the garage. It's where I see a couple of heavies loading crates into his trunk. Say COVID-19 testing kits. Phony? Probably. Illegal? Definitely. I'm in the middle of trying to make the license plates when I feel the unmistakable point of a .32 snub-nosed revolver in the small of my back. I raise my hands. That's when everything goes black.
This COVID-19, it's got me so low. I'm headed over to the grocery store, but there's no food anymore. No pasta, no bread, no potatoes for my stew. Can't live off barbecue sauce. What's a hungry guy to do?
Came home empty-handed, feeling down on my luck. My stomach was growling and the chickens were starting to cluck. But then it hit me, we had plenty of food. With the help of our backyard friends, I knew exactly what to do. We made this quarantine. La 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 la, it's quarantine. Living the dream, it's quarantine. La 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 la, it's quarantine.
Wait, what's eggs quarantine?
Well, let me tell you. If your stomach's growling, you can calm it with an omelet or a flippin'. It's a gamble. You can always make them scrambled. Put a steak in, eggs and bacon. Add bell peppers, even better. Put your chilies in the filling. Make it spicy, very nicely. Try a merger with a burger. They're delicious with dishes. Try anything you like, even mustard on the side. Be creative if you're willing. If these sold you make a killing. Lima beans, know what I mean? You can add anything to eggs quarantine.
La 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 la, it's quarantine. Living the dream, it's quarantine. La 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 la, it's quarantine.
We've now had eggs quarantine 5 days in a row. Needless to say, it's getting kinda old. Luckily there's takeout at least once a week. And then it's right back to eggs quarantine.
Eggs quarantine. La 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 la, eggs quarantine. Living the dream, eggs quarantine. La 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 la, eggs quarantine. More eggs quarantine, please.
Oh my goodness, how good do local people get? I love them the most. That's a couple of my good friends, and they work with some of the organizations around here helping us out, I believe. They've been watching every single week. Sarah Price, Dan Goers, that's exactly right. And now I have an insatiable hunger for eggs quarantine. I believe I usually eat that all the time. Again, don't forget, I'm hashtag ordained. I married those two. I love them the most. Thank you so much, guys. I think that they're in the running for this week's contest. I think that they might be top notch. I'm not sure. We're going to see. Speaking of eggs, I know exactly what we need now. That joke landed. Good job, Josh. So I've been working on these segues all week. We need to hear from one of our community leaders that perhaps works more closely with small businesses than anyone else in our region. So I've got right now with me, let's take a look around. Is Mike here? Mike Peel. Mikey here, Arizona, Southern Arizona's director of Local First Arizona. Mike, you hanging out?
Hey, Frank, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good, Michael. It's good to see you. I'm so excited I get to hang out with you. We get to run in some of the same circles because you're so super involved in all these fun local businesses. Right? Wait a minute. I haven't greeted you the correct way. I love to make logos for people. I slap this together real quick. You're a work of art, sir. Mwah! It's good to have you with us.
It's good to be here.
So let me ask you something. Give us a picture of the impact that you've seen COVID-19 having on our beloved local businesses?
A severe impact, and we're working every day as the local First Arizona team statewide to support in every way that we can. We have services from programs to webinars to our small business relief fund that I'll be talking about with you in a minute for our Earth Day event, that we're raising money for that fund to support businesses with anything we can get them to keep going, to make sure that they can keep food on the table, they can make ends meet. And that's where we are right now. And it's very unfortunate. And I know this community is doing a lot to support local businesses and restaurants, and it's across the state. It's Tucson, it's across the state. It's as a native Tucsonan, I'm really proud of the work going on in this community. I feel like we are doing as much as we can right now, and it's really something special what's going on in Tucson and across the state.
No, it is. It's true. It's true. And you've always been one of these guys doing this long before any pandemic. You really care about the town. Local first is super important. I always talk about getting to know the faces behind the places. And you've always done such a great job at that. If people don't know who Mike Peel is, again, like, get to know leadership. That's what he majored in. I saw it on your whole profile. It's great. So how else is Local First Arizona helping, like, as far as maybe new initiatives?
So we are working on this Earth Day event to actually begin to preview what we're going to be offering in the very near term here. So my role now has evolved to be statewide sustainability director. And so for Earth Day, it's the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. And we wanted to celebrate that and have an inspiring event around what local businesses have been doing for a long time that we know of in our network. We know that businesses in our network have been involved for some time now in sustainability, and it's been a part of our history as an organization for a long time, doing everything we can for clean air, for everything we can with clean energy and cost savings. And so we have some programs that we're going to be unveiling soon to ensure that businesses can retool or revamp their business plans and their models as best as they can in these times. And we're here to support that through our programs and ensure that there's resiliency planning, there's sustainability planning, and ultimately that we're here in real time to support businesses as we get through this together. So for Earth Day, we're going to be highlighting the success stories that we've heard about in the past, and then hear from these businesses about where they're going. You know, what does this look like now in the COVID-19 crisis and era that we're in? Where are they thinking that they might best pivot or completely rethink their business models if need be? And then how can we prioritize people and the planet in these plans as well? And so we've got experts working with us to ensure that we have the maximum resources and trainings, and there's exciting plans ahead here. And I'm glad that we can do this. And we also have Calexico joining us. So Joey Burns of Calexico is going to kick this event off with a special performance. It's Wednesday, April 22nd, 5 to 7 p.m. All you have to do is tune in on our Facebook event, and it'll be there live from 5 to 7. Our team's working hard across the board here to do special content like this, but more importantly, day-to-day, responding to all the calls, to all the needs that are coming up. We're advocating at the state level, at the federal level. We are providing consultations one-on-one. We are sponsoring businesses so they don't have to pay for membership, so that they can get the support they need in real time. So I could not be more proud of this team, the leadership of Kimber Lanning and Thomas Barr and all of our team members across the state. It's tireless.
Heck yeah, Mike. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. That's a good team. Joel, did you get all that? Make sure you write all that down. He's our stenographer for the whole event. Everything you just said, he's got it word for word. So one last thing, I just want to do this. This wasn't in the script, but real quick, I'll tell them about it, because Rarity Rock Radio is your solution to listening to radio at home while you're all stuck. Mike Peel loves local business, but there's one thing that he loves more. It's probably local music. You heard Calexico's involved, but he runs Rarity Rock Radio. Where can they listen to the radio while they're stuck at home, the radio that you completely own and do?
Oh, thanks for the shout out. RarityRockRadio.fm instead of .com. And then I also wanted to shout out, I've been not just working on the music side in my spare time, which hasn't been that much lately, but I have also been working on my green thumb. So I wanted to shout out to Ray Clemens and Natural Building Works, naturalbuildingworks.com. He's helping me get my backyard into as much of a backyard garden, maybe a victory garden type goal here being met soon. So he's really doing a lot out there to support anything related to the natural environment and green infrastructure. And I'm really glad to be working with him. It's an example of what local businesses are doing still. They're still working with customers, and there's so much we can do to support. So localfirstaz.com for information about our directory across the state and also our social media. You can check out Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all this information daily.
Heck yeah. The man, 2 thumbs up, and now they're green thumbs. He's the best. Mike, I love talking to you. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks for doing everything you do. Keep on doing it. Say hi to Cassie for me. And
Thanks.
I'll talk to you soon, because
Will do.
we hung out
Thanks
the
for
other day on the
doing it.
internet, and I cried in front of him because I need friendship. That's what happens. What are you going to do? It's an emotional time.
Together, that's what this is all about, right, Frank? It's good
Heck
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks, buddy. Heck yeah. So,
all right, thanks for joining.
Speaking of things that bring me to tears, all right, it's not always just the sad state of affairs. Sometimes it's, I don't know, really, really great news. Yeah, heck yeah. So hang on. Wait, I think I got a thing for this. Let's just go throw it on some great news. It's the best news right now. The best news is real quick. We got a shout out to Randy Rogers for giving $100 in honor of Tom Heath for all that he does in the community. Amazing. Justin Brock and Bridget Wershenhall, thank you so much. Both also gave $100. Let's get more fireworks for them. More fireworks. Wait a minute. This is in bold. And now $250 from Job. I believe it's Job, because hashtag no bad days. That's right. No bad days. So it's either Job or Job. That's that Arrested Development joke that follows us forever. But J-O-B, you're doing it for me. $250 just donated. That's what all those dings were that you hear. That's when we get a huge donation. Get a big donation and interrupt all our sketches with sound effects accidentally. But that's the best news. My goodness. Keep on sharing, keep on plugging, and keep on plugging away, because that's how this is going to work. Thank you all so much for those generous donations. That's huge. So if you're just joining us, be sure to share the stream right now, because you know when these things go on and on and on, we got to boost up those algorithms. We got to knock those algorithms right out. So we got to get it shared again. Go share it again. Share it on your page again. Share it on your same places. That's what we want to do. It's really important to keep the stream alive. Tag some people. Keep commenting. And remember, there's a prize going to, I believe, the best comment. Joel's got all the information. Best or funniest comment. My favorite comment. So keep on commenting. Joel's going to pick one, and then you're going to win a THT hat, which is amazing. You can tell I'm, basically a haberdasher. So now let's do what people do when they're trapped at home and what they've done for decades. I don't know what you're doing all day, but daytime TV is quite the thing to take it in. So we're going to take some in right now. Want to watch some soap operas? Take it away.
Hey there, I sure do miss you. It's been like 5 weeks since we met up?
Yes, about that, Jack. So I'm a bit late.
What could you possibly be late for during quarantine?
No, I mean, late.
Oh.
Yes, so I went to the drugstore.
Did you wear a mask?
Yes.
And kept 6 feet away from everyone?
Yes, and...
And washed your hands immediately after?
Jack, let me continue. I got a pregnancy test.
And?
And it was positive.
I'm thrilled. Stacy, I love you. Let's have this child. Stacy, do you not want to have a child with me?
You're married, Jack.
I'll leave my wife. I'll pack and I'll come right over as soon as Doug Ducey says it's safe. Or is it Trump who says that? I'm so confused about these constitutional powers.
Before you go and make any rash decisions, there's something you should know.
Allow me to tell him. Dak, what are you doing here? I swore we'd never speak again after you stole my identity and with it my stimulus check. Dear brother, configure your Zoom password next time. Curse this complex world of cybersecurity. Well, unfortunately, brother, the Zoom meeting room isn't the only thing you failed to lock down.
Not like this!
What is he talking about? While you were sheltering in place, I was shacking up with the woman you love. How? I don't understand.
I didn't mean to, Jack, I swear. One very late night, I was hungry. So hungry. So I ordered takeout, to support local restaurants.
Of course. Once a week, order takeout.
And, well, Jack, this insomniac's late night snack was served by none other than your brother Dak. And though I chose no contact in the DoorDash app, when Dak stacked the sack with my snack at the doorstep and turned to go back, I saw you, but with spectacles, a feature you've always lacked. So invited him to hang back. And let's just say, he earned himself a 5-star review on the DoorDash app, though he was the one giving me a generous tip.
And tell him, Stacy. Tell him about the other special delivery I made while in quarantine. Tell him that. Excuse me, can you stop? Tell him that your child is actually our child. Is that true?
Oh, Jack and Dak, I'm so sorry to both of you, but the baby belongs to... The baby belongs to neither of you.
Oh, my. So much. I can't wait to tune in next week. My goodness, the home and the restless. I can relate. I have an evil twin brother. Yes. So as much fun as we're having, right? This is super fun. I hope you're enjoying everything that we're up to. THT TV, make sure you share, make sure you comment. But it can't all be fun. You see, COVID-19 poses a real threat. So we want to bring in a genuine medical expert to talk us through it. So please welcome with me right now, joining us is Dr. Cornwall Abernathy. Doctor, welcome.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Frank. It's a real pleasure to be here, an honor, really.
Thank you. So tell us, how are we doing as a region in flattening the curve and ensuring we don't overload our hospital systems?
Oh, that's a great question, Frank. Thank you. Actually, the thing about flattening the curve is, well, you really need quite a large curve before it can even be flattened in the first place. Most people don't understand that. The curve, it's got to be enormous. It's huge. We haven't really even reached an apex curvature that allows for any kind of flattening of sorts. That or you accelerate, of course, the timeline, which, of course, leads to a general lack of oversight with medical devices.
That answer made no sense. Are you really a doctor?
Well, yes, of course. In dentistry, I'm actually in dentistry, if we're being specific.
Okay, that's all right, dentist. Can you answer any of my COVID-19 questions then? I've got a long list. I do have a long list.
Well, yes. Well, you see, from a medical perspective, I would say yes or no, depending, but probably mostly no.
Oh, okay. Well, then tell me how we can keep up our oral hygiene during a quarantine.
You see, Frank, I'm largely currently in the homeopathic field, but I did obtain my degree from a very prestigious and reputable program. I have to say, yes, very reputable.
Oh, which program was that?
Adobe Photoshop.
Oh, okay. So CSS, not DDS, right? Okay. This has been An absolute disaster. Got Mr. Abernathy?
Frank, no need to be Frank. Frankie boy, Frank. I'll just straight up say it. I've lived a life of deceit, Frank. I've lied to you. I've lied to our live transcontinental audience. And the truth is, I'm just a disgraced dentist. I mean, I've been out in Mexico working on horse teeth, for goodness sake, for the better part of a decade. And well, the problem is, from a very young age, my father, my very own dad, would tell me that it was better to deceive those around you than to say the truth and perhaps bring out a frown. I still remember all those people just smiling down on me, smiling at me, if you will. They're perfect, straight, white teeth. Beautiful smiles. All of them. Except my father, of course. Years of cigarette smoking and corn mash whiskey left his mouth this soured, grotesque, I don't even want to say wonderland, but perhaps that was the reason I really took to dentistry. That would make sense. I can still smell his teeth as he would bring me and twist my arm into the table and say, "Always keep him laughing, buddy. Always keep him laughing."
Horse dentist. Well, at least given us a lot to think about. That's good. Any parting advice?
Yeah, Frank, I have to say, you really can't go too far with washing your hands during this crisis. More often the better. Just don't forget to moisturize. I would really look into that.
All right, pretty standard advice. Thank you. That's Dr. Cornwall Abernathy.
Thank you.
And now we're living that quarantine life. Are we clear? We're clear? Are we clear? Okay, who booked that guy? Craig? Old Craig? Oh, Craig's List. Well, and that's not bad, all things considered.
Living that quarantine life.
You ready for breakfast?
Yes.
Cheers!
Guys, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning.
And so, it's quarantine.
Yeah.
During the quarantine, I think to keep healthy and motivated, I would say yoga, but not any yoga. I would recommend wine yoga. What kind of yoga do you want to do? What are you feeling?
Beginners for sure.
Beginners?
Yeah, let's do that.
So my sister and Kelsey have started doing yoga.
Exhale forward, hold.
I've heard of a lot of different kinds of yoga.
How many rounds do you want to do?
Of wine or yoga?
But I've never seen wine yoga.
And after exhale, spinning your back heel down, opening up warrior 2. So I like to bring my feet into the same plane, pushing into the back edge.
I'm familiar with something similar from New Jersey that's called Bacardio. That's where you drink Bacardi and you do cardio at the same time.
It keeps you loose, it keeps you motivated, keeps you fit and healthy.
So we do take wine glass arms. Normally in yoga you do cactus, but we have those ones.
These are wine glass arms. Just like an apple a day, a wine a day keeps the doctor away.
Comedy gold again. Tucson gets the job done. Funny stuff. Thank you to Robert Garcia for that submission. Send your fun submissions to THT@brink.com so that you can get involved and possibly win $50 and then maybe $100 when we think that you're the best one at this. I'll tell you, it's a tall order this week. There's a lot of fun music, even more coming up from someone I know. So before we continue, I want to once again call out the great merch that we have, because in addition to shirts from Why I Love Where I Live and Stay Home Tucson that we mentioned earlier, we also have these incredible Tucson, healthy Tucson drinks from Caps and more, and we're giving some away. It's very exciting. Make sure that your comments, if you're in the comment section, and if your favorite comment is in there, or it's my favorite comment that you made that I decide is my favorite, with the help of Joel, we're going to give you a free one of these hats. And take it from me, who has more hats than me? I'm haberdashing, right? I don't run often, but I'm dashing everywhere I go. It's the truth. So speaking of another, handsome fella that is around town and doing some fun things, our next guest is the host of Tipping Point on 1030 The Voice, and he's the executive director of the Tucson Young Professionals. Please welcome Zach Yenser. Zach, are you hanging out with us?
Hey, Frank, how are you? Good to see you.
I am doing all right, sir. It's good to see you. Hang on. I didn't have as much time to throw together a good background like Mike, but I just did a Google image search. You're there. So you're very popular. So make sure that you go check out Zach. But Zach, you interview members of the community often, kind of like me. Can you just share one or two notable stories with our audience?
For sure, yeah. And I'm trying to focus on the radio show on some of these men and women that are being, I call, creative during crisis, people who are stepping up in big and small ways, like you mentioned, and a couple of recent ones. And I picked these folks out because there's a lot of great things going on in the community. A lot of people have been on this show as well on the weekends, but I don't think that these two have been shouted out. So I want to go ahead and do that. The first is Jason and Avery Robinson. Had talked to them, and they are putting together using a 3D printer what's called ear savers for emergency workers using PPE equipment, personal protective equipment. And apparently when you're wearing a mask, the stretchy behind the ear starts to hurt after a while. And so one of the ways that they help is to create these 3D plastic ear savers that help emergency workers. They've had not just local, Frank, interest from Banner and other hospitals. They're shipping these things global, right here from Vail in the Tucson area. They have shipped out, I'm getting, my notes are 900, I believe. They've made, I think, 1,300, and they've shipped out 900. Just a cool father and son story. The other one, I talked to them this week before they hit the news, was an effort that a church was actually putting on up on the northwest side called about helping truckers. And so we don't think about supply chain and that it's the truckers who are working longer hours. They can't stop in as many places, and they're doing more work for us than we have any idea about. And so this church decided to take some donations and go buy food at a truck stop. And for $5 a pop, they raised $3,000 to bring truckers off the side of the road and feed them on their way. And so these are men and women we don't hear about, we don't see about. Them, they're doing great work, and they're keeping our shelves stocked in our stores and our supply chain going. So these are a couple of stories in the last week and a half that I just thought have really resembled Tucson, what we do really well here to support our business community and our citizens together.
Well, heck yeah. That's super important. I mean, I'll tell you, those are some really good stories. That makes a big difference. You're doing a lot. You do get to talk to a lot of notable folks. So I know that you also, we're talking about hats, right? A little bit. And I know that you wear another hat as the executive director of Tucson Young Professionals. So what is TYP doing now that you can't do in-person gatherings? How are you adapting?
For sure. Yeah, I'm really proud of how we pivoted online pretty quickly. And we shifted everything, not just going online and using Zoom. to do all of our events online, figuring out how to do that, but to also shift the content of what we do. And really, whether it was a happy hour with state legislators or a virtual happy hour together or a virtual workshop on how to work from home, we said, how can we create these events, not in person, but how can we create content that actually helps us real time on things we're struggling with as we're pivoting in this season. We've seen some great response, Frank. It's been incredible, really equaling what we got in our in-person events. It was almost seamless. And I think it speaks to organizations and efforts that really seek to adapt what they do to the need of the moment. That's really important. The other thing we're trying to do is we're a 650 member organization, and we're starting to really turn our attention towards the future, Frank. I think on a serious note, not only is it going to be hard to get to and through COVID, but I think after COVID-19, our community is going to need a lot more of what we're doing tonight, Tucson Helping Tucson, for many months and perhaps years to come. And so TYP is starting to think about how do we get new voices, fresh voices and big ideas to the table, and what's the road to rebuild, and what is the future that our young professionals want to see in Tucson? How do we rebuild out of this and be better than ever? And so I think those two things are ways that we're shifting to meet our members' needs, but also to meet our community's needs, Frank. We're not only in this together now, we're in this together for the long haul. And I think you know that too.
Heck yeah. Tucson together. Don't forget that hashtag.
That's
Joel,
right.
Are you getting all this? Make sure you're writing every single thing that he says down. Don't
I keep
miss
saying
one
Tucson
word,
together.
okay? Luckily, remember these live streams, you can go rewatch these videos live. He's basically giving you instructions on how to survive what we're dealing with. So it's pretty great. So let me ask you something. I got a little note. The producer telling me, speaking of new voices, the producer telling me you have an announcement to make regarding this show. What's that about THT TV?
Yes, Frank, I'm really excited to share with you and our live audience that starting next week, I'll be doing a special segment sharing a story of a community leader helping our community in this time of need. We're going to do it every single week right here on THT TV, man. I'm so excited.
I thought I was the one conducting interviews on the show. Zach?
I mean, all I can tell you, Frank, is that after that Cornwall Abernathy accident, whatever you want to call it, man, they called me and said, hey, we got to bring a pro in to do these interviews. And I was like, okay, I didn't know any better. And so I'm in, man. I'm going to do this with you every single week.
A pro, he said. After the doctor, Cornwall Abernathy, that was like 5 minutes ago. What?
I don't make the rules, man. I just got the call, and I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. It's gonna be fun. Don't worry. We're gonna do great, partner. I'm excited, man. We're gonna do good together.
Partners? No. Well, Zach, I think, I'm not sure if you're aware, you are now my rival, so I must defeat you. Nothing personal. It's just small business.
Well, thanks, Frank. See you next weekend.
Oh, I can't wait. Well, that's fascinating. Looks like that I'm losing steam as we go along. Please go vote for Team Frank in the comments. I don't know about Team Zach. I'm not even going to tell you how he spells name. Is it with a CH? Is it with a CK? It's none of your business. I'm not going to tell you. You got to look that up for yourself. Look it up for yourself. So Zach Yentzer will be joining us every single week now. Boy, that'll be great, I'm sure. Sorry for shouting. Well, that said, why don't we do another quick shout? Here's a quick shout out to Laura Summers for the $20 donation. Thank you. And let's also announce, and maybe get things a little more positive, it's my favorite comments of the night. And my favorite comments of the night is going to go to Job Rapola. Yes, Job Rapola said, gym and tonic during the wine yoga bit. And that just killed me. I love it. That's pretty fun. I love it. So Job, DM us and we'll make sure that you get your hat. That's right. That's what we're going to do. Gym and tonic. That's a workout that I could get behind for sure. So thanks once again to our sponsors who are helping us pay all these creatives and build this incredible small business relief solving thing, the whole loan system, the grant program, paying it back, forward, all that stuff. It's from the Community Investment Corp. Go check out the CIC. It's a big, big deal. They're helping out you. They're helping out me. It's a really, really important part of this whole stuff. Make sure you check out all these fun sponsors. We got lots of sponsors. I don't have a list to rattle off this week. I got the Heath Team, Nova Home Loans, the Southern Arizona Leadership Council. They're there. Brinks, of course, Taking Care of Business, Vantage West, Cox, the Comic Book Mobile, all this stuff. I'm doing the weather of sponsors. Go check out all our sponsors. They're really the ones helping us a lot. And we're trying to attract more big sponsors so we can get some big, big bucks from some real people backing us up. It'll really mean a lot. But I'll tell you what, it looks like the clock on the wall says that it might be time to do it. Looks like we had a good show. I'd say so. I hope you enjoyed everything that we were up to. I hope you enjoyed all the music videos and all the fun stuff that happened. But I got one last thing to do for you. Hang on a second. Let me turn up this volume in over here and get ready to rock, because I did something special. You got all these people doing all this great stuff, right? So all this great stuff that's happening, it made me feel creative. There's a lot of songs, right? So I wrote a song just the other day. And now I'm going to show up Zach, and I'm going to just sing it for you. It has nothing to do with him. But I'm going to show up. I'm going to sing a song. I'm not very good at it, but life's about taking risks. So you ready to do it? You ready to rock? Because I'm ready to rock. Let's do it. I got to get myself in beat here. Let me get my up. Let's make sure that's ready to go. Hang on one moment, because things are loading, because it's been a minute since that tab's been open. You know how it is. Again, make sure you check out the sponsors. Thank you to Joel for working those comments section. Thank you to Joel for doing that. So do that. Boom, 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 boom. Let me get all my lyrics up. It's a very fun, exciting song. It's too long to be a theme song, but I think it's going to make a good commercial when I do it, right? All right, that's ready to play. I've got my lyrics right here. Let's see if I can do this. So you're ready for a big finale song? I am. Hang on. Do that. Okay, hang on. Do that. Okay. Here we go. All right. Loosen up. Loosen up. Here we are. All right. Get out of the shot, Talia. We can see your arms. You think this is. Although that's over there, you're going to want to get that in a second. Hang on. There you go. Get that thing. There you go. Don't worry. Talia's on cue. That's what I was waiting for. No one's worried about a thing. Are you ready, Talia? Get to hear my jam? I'm ready to do it. Yeah. And a 1 and a 2 and a hey, it's me. It's your best friend forever. With a plan, keeping Tucson together every single Saturday night. Local artists will share the spotlight. It's THT TV, a dream come true that it's hosted by me. And it stars all of Tucson. Help us fuel a telethon. It's THT at Brink.com, a show that's giving our artists gigs. Donations help our small businesses. Sketches, jokes, serious interviews. Live from my house with some more great news. Help's coming from the CIC. Investment Corp for the community. Tucson together means our unity. The government might drop the ball, so Tucson neighbors heed my call. Bucks, you gotta spare 'em. Shirts, you ought to wear 'em. Links, you need to share 'em. And shares are free. Shares don't cost a dime. Shares, they don't take much time. Shares getting hard to rhyme. Every note that I wrote, every word that you heard, I don't usually do this sort of thing. My mom tells me that I can't sing, but it's Tucson helping Tucson. Trying hard for a virtual thon. From waist up, I'm dressed to impress. I can't wait to meet my next guest. Helping up our small businesses. It's what our real community is. Everybody could use a hand. Even applause is in demand. Toot, toot, let's toot Tucson's horn. That's how the show was born. Don't sit and just eat popcorn. We're counting on your word of mouth. The greatest city, west and south. That's one idea, it's not my best. One more thought, I know, give it a rest. I need Tucson's whole residence. And to set national precedents. You see, the thing is, if you all just donated $1, each of us right now just donated $1. Oh, hang on a second. The ads are still playing. If you all just donated $1, we'd all be able to get through this. Even you right now watching, $1. go to TucsonHelpingTucson.com. It's super important, easy to do. That's all you got to do. $1. $1. That's all we need. If everyone did it, we'd get out of it. It'd be the best. We've got Club Congress TV coming up. That's exciting. I'm super pumped. Donate $1. Come back next week. It's THT TV TA. I love it the most. I'm going to make a video out of that. I can't wait. I'm super. What do you do? Tell you, what do you do? Hey, go donate to the thing. Don't forget. I'll be back next week. I swear.
Until